Hello, my YouTube family. I thought today would be a fun day to share an experience with you. I remember the first atheist I ever met, and the funny part is I was like a little kid when I did. So I remember I was walking with my mom was walking me to school, and I'm like maybe 6, 7, or 8 at the time, right? And then I asked my mom kind of somewhat of a deep question for a little kid. I was like, where do people come from, or where does the world come from, or something like that, right? And then my mom told me, oh, okay, well, that's simple. There's a God, and he created everything. Now, me, in my little mind, I was like, wow, that makes a lot of sense, you know? There's a God that made everything. And as I heard that, I just believed in God from that point on. I was like, okay, I will pray to this said God, and everything sounds peachy. Now, what I didn't know was that there are a few billion people on the planet at the time, and they all have different opinions. So what I thought my mom taught me, everyone knew. So here I am, a little kid, and I'm like, okay, cool. I love God, everyone loves God, we all love God, right? And then I remember I was in class one day, and my teacher asked a question related to God. I think it was who believes in God or who doesn't, right? And this one kid named Jacob raised his hand, and he's like, me and my dad don't believe in God. And I looked over at him, and I was like, you know, because I didn't realize that people didn't believe in God. I didn't even realize that was an option. So I was like, wow. I just stared at him like, really? For real? You don't know? You know? And then what's funny is later that day, I see the same kid. His name was Jacob. I remember his name was Jacob. A little blonde kid with blue eyes. And what's funny is it was recess, and I see this kid. For some reason, he's playing a sport, some heavy activity or something, and he gets punched in the stomach hard, like boom. And I see him, and he's like bent over crying, and then the teacher's like helping him up. And you know what my thought process was? Should have believed in God. And I thought that's why he got hit. And I was like, well, that's what happens. And, you know, I've always wondered if that kid Jacob, as of now, if he believes in God. Honestly, out of every memory that I've had in the past where I questioned if people believe in God, or if at the time they weren't believers in God, I've always wondered if they believe in God now. You know, times have changed. You're not the same person when you're like 8. You know, you don't have the same mentality, and the things that you love, you probably swapped the loves. You know, you can love video games, you can love card games, you can love board games, and then one day you just switch and you love God. You can love video games and you switch and you love God. You can love sports, and then one day you switch and you love God. And so I just wanted to share this video with you because, one, I thought it was interesting, and I don't know if you guys can remember the first atheist or agnostic you came across, but first one, man, Jacob. I don't remember his last name, but remember what he said? Remember he got punched out, and then I just remember him. Weird, huh? Either way, I just wanted to share that with you, and I hope the Lord Jesus Christ can bless you, and I hope that if you can think of an atheist or agnostic, you can pray for them so they could get to know Jesus. May the Lord Jesus Christ bless you all. I hope you have a great Thanksgiving.